So after, or I guess in the last 3 years, I've actually, with few exceptions, mainly done paper-based works, or I guess static works. The first one is called Grieff in 377 iterations, and it's a series of 377 individual prints of these grieving creatures that you can see 2 of here, that are, as most of my work from that time, are fully expressed through code. But usually the way I work, just to connect it back to drawing from hand. So usually when I start a project like this, I start out by making drawings in my sketchbook and then trying to figure out, or trying to translate it to instructions from there. And those are usually very similar to the Fluxus ones or the Solowid ones, in the sense that I usually write them down in human language first and then translate it to actual computer code. And you can also see, the initial drawings are fairly basic compared to the final piece. And that's in a way what I mean when I say I bounce ideas with like randomness or the process. Because usually the way it works is, as soon as I start coding, I translate one piece of the drawing, such as the head shape or the mouth, etc., into code, and basically work my way along the drawing one piece at a time. And in that process, usually, I come up with like new things that I didn't consider in the initial sketch, etc. The next work is called Daily Donut. It's a series of computer-generated donuts, and it was part of an online show that I initiated and curated called It's Doing It, that was online, I think from December 2015 until for like 30 days or throughout New Year's, so 2015, 2016. And the show was kind of like my take on Do It. Do It is a compendium that was originally started by Hans-Ulrich Obrist, which is basically, at least in my mind, I don't know how he feels about it. It's very close to Fluxus in a lot of ways. And basically the idea was to make like a compendium of instructions that you could make shows from. So every Do It show picks based on location, etc., a subset of instructions for artworks that they want to build for that specific show. And usually at the end of the show, all those works would be destroyed. I think they added some exceptions now so that artists can decide whether their piece should be destroyed or not. But that's basically the idea. And It's Doing It was like my take on that idea, to make like a fully automatic show that runs for a certain time and basically makes a new instance of the show every day for like the duration of the show. I'm also going to show that the site is still online. But it's just an archive now. So it's fairly simple. You just see the list of participating artists here. And up here you have like a menu where you can select all the individual days of the show. And when you scroll down, you see the artworks. I'm not going to talk about any of the other ones, but I'm just going to walk you through on the example of the one I provided, which is this one. So basically, if you select a different day, it will show you the donut that was generated for that day. And I mean, the idea was very, very banal in a lot of ways. So I literally was just like, well, what would I want on a daily basis? And it was kind of like fresh baked goods. So one idea, the colors of the projection are kind of off. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so so what we made differently is basically to make the connection to do it a little bit more apparent, is that every artist would provide a set of instructions that would accompany each artwork. So if you click on it, you basically see a set of instructions, but we also decided that we didn't want to have instructions that describe from a technical standpoint how an image was made, but use the instructions more on a meta level to inform the piece through humor or other things. So for me, I literally just picked the shortest donut recipe I could find online as my instructions. I don't recommend baking a donut like that. It's probably terrible, but I wanted it to be concise. So my instructions are literally just like how to bake a real donut. These are two more.